Warning. The solution presented works on the PC where it was tried, an Intel i7 with 12 GB of RAM and Windows 10, 64-bit, this does not mean that it works on your PC. If you want to try the solution presented in this video on your PC, this is your responsibility and we will not be responsible for any problems that may occur. Hello to everyone. A few years ago, I published a video about how to create a view from a spatial table, but using the version 5.3 of MySQL. Answering to some requests, I decided to update the video to the version 8.x of MySQL. In a few words, a view it is a virtual table resulting of a query built over a table stored in the MySQL database. There are several advantages of working with a view. One advantage has to do with the fact that the user can work only with a small part of the information stored in the original table. Another advantage results of the fact that the view be a virtual table, and so, does not consume hard disk space. Now, you can ask, can a user create views from spatial tables and see the result in a G.I.S application? And the answer is, yes. So, let us see, step by step, how to do it. First step. How to create a view in MySQL. Point 1. You must know what you want to select from the original table. Point 2. You must build the query to do the selection that you want. Point 3. You can save the result of the query as a view. So, open the MySQL workbench and enter in the local instance. As you can see, in my schema named CartoDB is stored a table with all the parishes of Portugal, administrative level 3. With the information stored in this table, I can create a view with the selection of the parishes that belong to a municipality, administrative level 2, or to a district, administrative level 1. To answer at the point 1 of this exercise, I am going to decide what I want to select. So, Portugal is organized by 18 districts and I want to build a query which allows me to create a view with all the parishes that belong to one of that districts. In this study case, I choose the district of Porto. As a note, you can use a spatial table that you have stored in your MySQL database, for example, with the administrative division of your country. Forward, knowing what I want to select, I go to the point 2 of the exercise, and I'm going to create the query that allows me to obtain the view that I want. To do that, just click the Create a New View button. On the window that opens, I must build the query that allows me to create the view that I want. The starting point of the query is generated automatically by the workbench, like you can see. Now, I must complete the query. So, where is new_view, I'm going to replace this by the name which I want to designate the view, and I will name it as view_example. Moving forward, now I must add the address that will allow us to access in my database to the spatial table, with the administrative division of Portugal. So, I'm going to add to the query the address to the table where I want to select part of the data, like this way. Next, I will create the clause that will select in the table, the lines with the parishes that belongs to the district of Porto. For this example, I will need to use the field with the name Distrito and the reference Porto. Attention, to the lowercase and uppercase letters. So, I will complete the query like this. Now, I am moving forward to the point 3 of the exercise. To save the view, I click Apply. If everything went well, the view was created. Then, I click Refresh in the Workbench Navigator, and now, I can see on the tab views the one that I have created. Second step. Testing the view in the QGIS. To test the view that I have created, I open the QGIS and I click on the Add Vector Layer button. On the window that opens, I click on the option Database and after on the Add button. As a note, if you do not already have a connection created to access to the content of the MySQL database, see the video where I teach how to create a connection. On the Select Vectors Layers to Add window, I can see all the spatial tables and views that are stored in my schema, the CartoDB. Forward, I select the view that I have created on the previous step, and I click OK to open it. After, I may close the Vector Layers window. If everything is OK, I will be able to see on the QGIS interface, the geometries corresponding to the view that I created. However, on the first time that I consult a new view, the most common, it stand before a virtually empty interface. I said, virtually, because the geometries are there but they are not visible. But why can this happen? If you are tuned and look at the Layers panel, you will notice that in the layer referring to the view that I opened, appears a question mark. If I click on it to see what are notifying, you will see that are reporting the view does not have a valid coordinate reference system. This is very annoying, because the view was created from a spatial table with a valid coordinate reference system. This is an issue associated to the MySQL 8, because in the previous version, the MySQL 5, when I created a view, it assumes the CRS of the original table. And this problem has a solution? Yes. Look how to solve it, in the next step. Third step. Solving the issue in a way to see the geometries of the view on the QGIS. To solve the problem, I am going back to MySQL Workbench, and in Navigator, I open the schema where I store my spatial tables, which in this exercise, as the name CartoDB. If you look carefully, in addition to my spatial tables, there is a table with the name geometry_columns. This table is automatically generated whenever the user stores a spatial table within a schema. To see its content, I am going to select it and open it. As you can see, this table have 7 columns and several rows. About the columns, the most significant are the table name, that stores the name of the spatial tables of my schema, and the SRID, that stores the coordinate reference system of the table. Each row refers to a spatial table, so the number of rows varies depending on the number of spatial tables I may have stored in my schema. So, as you can see, this row belongs to the original spatial table from where the view was created. Moving forward, to solve my problem, I'll do a little trick that consists of adding a row to the table geometry columns, that replicates the row of the table from where the view was created, but with a minor change. In table name I put the name of the view. The script to insert the row will looks as you can see here. To finish the operation, just run the script and refresh the table, and here's the new row that I just recorded. Just to check if now everything is okay, I open the QGIS and I click on the Add Vector Layer button. On the window that opens, I click on the option Database and after on the Add button. Moving forward, I select the view and as you can see it opens like a charm. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, do not forget to click like and subscribe this channel.